Well, here we go again, gang. We are back in Delaware this time for another little adventure, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. I bet you didn't even know this place existed. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Juliet Capaldi with Berkshire Hathaway, serving you in Delaware and Pennsylvania. And this channel is designed with you in mind, giving you all kinds of tips and tricks and fun things to do in Delaware and Pennsylvania. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell button. That tells the algorithm that these messages and these videos are what people want to see. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and we can get more of these videos out. Okay, so we are moving on today to the Delaware Art Museum. So now what's interesting about this Delaware Art Museum, it's kind of right smack in the middle of a neighborhood, and which makes it that much more fun. So the Delaware Art Museum was originally established by Howard Pyle, who lived at 907 Delaware Avenue. It was called the Wilmington Society of Fine Arts. That was in 1912, but then in 1938 it became the Delaware Art Museum. Here we are at the statue of Thomas Francis Baird. He was a U.S. Senator. He's from Wilmington, and he did try for the presidency 3 different times, but unfortunately did not make it. It was said of him that Baird is the purest and most patriotic man I know. That was from Grover Cleveland. So that's a nice compliment, right? And then beginning on the outside of the Delaware Art Museum is the labyrinth. I've never walked a labyrinth, but some of you may remember the movie Pan's Labyrinth. So it kind of brings up a little bit of weird feelings for me. I absolutely love this piece. It brings me right back to the 70s. I love the patterns and the colors, and it reminds me of those adult coloring books. Could be a giant-sized adult coloring book. Moving on to the Copeland Sculpture Garden, I will just give you a little bit of narrative about Howard Pyle. So when he established this, he went on vacation in Italy, and unfortunately, at the young age of 58, he died in Italy. So what a legacy to leave at such a young age. But these are, of course, some of the big pieces that are on the property. There are several acres, of course, that you can walk through and walk around and get a close-up of these. There are pathways and so forth. And this is one of my favorites of the exterior pieces, the Wild Iris, which I just love the colors. I thought the piece itself was really interesting. Moving on to the interior of the building, this is a patio area, and this is the front foyer, which looks very orange here, but from overhead it does not. It looks a little bit more golden. So this was live and in person that I was taking these pictures, and what was so great is that it was so empty. It was wonderful. It was a Sunday morning. I got in there right away and just was able to take some of these pictures unobstructed. So I'm always a big fan of having the place all to myself. So this gentleman is Samuel Bancroft Jr. He was a textile mill owner here in Delaware. So check out that video at the end of this one about the history of his life here as well. But he had some interesting connections with the Pre-Raphaelite pieces that are in this Delaware Art Museum. I particularly really liked this room. I didn't ever consider myself an artsy kind of a person, but when I read some of the history and I read some of the information about some of the pieces, it definitely brings it to life, and it gives it a lot more depth. So of course I had a few favorites, and this was one of them. This was painted with gold, and it's just really, really beautiful. Some of these pieces are so unique and so special. And then Romeo and Juliet. This one is another favorite, the Mermaid, which was Howard Pyle's, one of his very famous works. Then this one is a very interesting piece. Honestly, I didn't see more about it. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but obviously some very interesting pieces all throughout. I'll let you enjoy the rest of these pictures and then be back with you in just a second. another favorite of mine is called the green butterfly. So I took a little bit of a close-up, but I just think that's just beautiful. And then this one is Moses' mother and sister Miriam from the Bible. And I have to tell you, this one absolutely gave me butterflies in my stomach looking down into it. It's just this really freaky thing. Look how cute this is. This is the little kitty's room here at the Delaware Art Museum. Happy to see you. Been thinking of you. Super, super cute. And I saved my real favorite for the end. So if you are familiar with Dale Chihuly's work, this is a sampling of his work. These are his pieces here in the Delaware Art Museum. And the Chihuly exhibit is in Seattle, Washington. So I had my first taste of his work back a few years ago when I was getting ready to go on a cruise to Alaska. And if you ever get out there, definitely pop in there and see the work. There are thousands and thousands of gorgeous, gorgeous pieces, and it's all blown glass and just absolutely fabulous work. Hand done, of course. So he's amazing, and it was well worth the visit. This is a great saying: failure is a moment, success is a journey, and I thank you for taking this journey with me. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.